That's where Matt Murphy comes in. He is a defense attorney and a former homicide prosecutor in Orange County, California. He's just written The Book of Murder, a prosecutor's journey through love and death, and he's kind enough to help me sort through this now. Matt, dear God, I mean, you've heard the details I just laid out. You heard the interview that I just did with Mike Watts, the Letcher County Circuit Court clerk, with those details that he said there is a video, that he has heard the details of the video, that the sheriff was seated across from the judge, that the judge handed the sheriff his phone, the sheriff looked at the phone, put it down on the desk, stood up, walked around, unloaded 8 bullets into the judge, picked the phone up again of the judge, looked at it again, put it down, and left the courthouse, only to return back in the front door of the courthouse, go into the courtroom, and lay down his service weapon. What do you make of the series of events and the case itself?
Well, first of all, Ashleigh, that was a fantastic interview that you just did, because that man, it was palpable, his grief. And he's talking about the human elements, and he said both of these are honorable men. And that you did a great job of introducing the complexities of a case like this. And murders commonly are between people who know each other. In fact, it's the most common circumstance, not a judge and a bailiff, but people that have known each other very well and worked together or lived together in some capacity for years and years. And you could just feel that man's grief as he was answering your questions. So the DA, 100%, I have nothing but respect for that man. That was the right thing to do, recusing himself. And you'd be surprised, Ashleigh, or maybe you wouldn't, how many DAs cling to cases because it's high profile and they think they might get, some notoriety for their office or maybe additional funding or some panache. That DA did exactly the right thing. So I think that right now behind the scenes, the state attorney general and a county prosecutor in a different county are probably figuring out who's going to be the lead. And I suspect what we're going to see is just one of them at the end of the day. And their comments are perfect. For a small county, they've handled this very professionally.
Let me ask you this. I felt so bad for Mr. Watts when I was interviewing him now, the clerk, because it is clear, as you said, he is close to both of those men and loved both of them dearly and was hesitant to indict the man who he knows on tape committed the shooting. How is it going to be to get witnesses to come forward? If that man who's the clerk feels that way, how about the rest of the friends of the judge and the friends of the sheriff and the friends of both of them? I mean, how are they going to be compelled to be fulsome in their testimony?
Well, I think that what we're going to see, especially in this is the heart of America type stuff. I mean, these small towns, and this is going to be I think these people will testify truthfully. I suspect that there's going to be no joy in any of it. But this is a do the right thing kind of place. And I suspect you got salt of the earth witnesses who, reluctant or not, they're going to come in and do their best to tell the truth and let the jury sort it out. Now, one thing that's worth noting here is that in the state of Kentucky, this is a public official who was murdered on government property. This potentially qualifies for the death penalty. So this is a tremendously serious case. They don't execute a lot of people in Kentucky, contrary to popular myth. They haven't executed anybody in that state since 2006. But this is, they charge him with first-degree murder. This guy's in a lot of trouble. And those facts that you just went through also. Yep.
Those are troubling. I only have about 30 seconds left, but I have to ask you this. With that series of details that we just heard about picking up the phone, putting it down, shooting, picking up the phone again, putting it down, is it at all possible that this could be reduced to second-degree heat of passion?
Well, anything's possible. I don't see a plea here. And look, this has all the hallmarks of a very angry confrontation over this 1983 action. But he shot him 8 times. It looks very much like first-degree murder. The defense will argue that this is a voluntary manslaughter, a heat of passion killing. Maybe they can go for a second-degree murder, but with a gun enhancement in the state of Kentucky. That's from now on for this man. So this is a very sad case. It's a fascinating case, but this is also why nobody hates a bad cop more than a good cop.
Thanks for watching.
Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.